Tears running like girls slipping from my hands. When we're together, nothing goes as planned. Your eyes are like raindrops waiting for us to catch. Keep your secrets until the very end.
Now, I know I don't ask for much, but would you guys allow me to be like really disorganized here? Now, believe me, I know my videos aren't very structured as they are, but I need you guys to make a super exception for me here, because I have recently fallen in love with the Musume series, and it has been life-changing to say the least, and I don't know if that's an exaggeration. First off, what even is Musume, right? If you haven't already heard of the series, at its most basic level, it's essentially just horse girls racing, and they're also idols. I don't know how else to put it. All I can say is that it's very special and it's very addicting. Now, I have way too many emotions that I'm gonna try to pack into this one video, so I'm gonna jump around a bit. That being said, expect spoilers. Regardless, I plan to make a spoiler-free recommendation video sooner or later, so stick around for that, I guess. But for this one, listen, I'm going all in. I don't care. So if you know nothing about this series, but you do want to check it out and it piques your interest, click off, please, for the sake of your own enjoyment. I mean, I'd hate to be the one to spoil you for such an amazing series. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, getting into spoilers, here we go. So first off, what this anime has done for me, it's really reminded me of just what makes anime as enjoyable as it is. It's just like having a concept that seems so silly on the surface yet becomes such a beautiful product in action. It's nothing short of incredible. Overall, this entire franchise has helped me get in touch with my emotions I felt I had lost for so long. I mean, needless to say, I cried a lot. Way too much, some might say. And it's weird because it's a great mix of like silly, serious, and emotional moments through and through. It's one heck of a roller coaster, and I will pay to get on that ride again and again. And I started watching Musume like probably like a month ago, and since then it has really done so much for me. Now, to put things into perspective, for like the past I don't know how many years, it's probably been no surprise, but me and anime have not been the best of friends. Let's be honest here. My anime consumption has become trash, which is why my upload consistency has become trash. But a month ago, for some reason completely random, I decided to try this show, and oh boy, let me tell you, I have not been this invested in an anime in years. For instance, the show has 3 seasons. Dude, back to back, I binged what? Listen, I get home from work, the first thing I'm doing is Musume. I wake up, I'm reading Cinderella Great. Bro, I am like, it's become everything for me. In the shower, on the job, it doesn't matter. I'm always thinking about Musume. Is it an obsession? Yes, but it's a healthy obsession and I love it. I don't know if you guys understand just how exhilarating this has been for me, because I have not felt this attached to a series in forever. Dude, I'll be deep into my shift, scheduling with the patient, and out of nowhere, I'll just be like, dang, what they did to Rice Shower is crazy. But no, I haven't finished an anime longer than 1 season in forever. Like, to the point where I don't even remember the last show I finished that had multiple seasons. That said, let's talk a little bit more about the actual series and not just my emotions here. So yeah, one of the main things I really love this series does is the fact that it has a different main character or duo for each season. So season 1 had Special Week and Silent Suzuka, season 2 had Tokai Teo and Mejiro McQueen, and season 3 had Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond. It kept the whole experience really fresh. And really just going through like the different moments throughout each season, there's just so much that happens. Like season 1 with like Silent Suzuka's injury and El Condor Pasa in France, the whole thing with like Special Week versus Breuer, you know, oui monsieur, bonjour baguette. It's crazy. It's only been like a month since I watched season 1, yet it already feels so nostalgic for me. Season 2 was also pretty interesting, with Teo being the main lead, and the whole thing with her getting injured nonstop and having her dreams shattered again and again, but always bouncing back regardless. Like that, it's just so good. Also, oh my goodness, this is a big one. The Rice Shower arc. Oh, that hit me in my feels. That was tough to watch. The whole like hero and heel thing. Yo, someone cheer her on, man. On the note of like season 2, can I talk about McQueen really quick? Listen, I love McQueen so much. I die for the whole Ojo archetype every single time. It never fails. I mean, the whole cute and classiness of her character, as well as her actual skill, peak horse girl. Also, the introduction of Team Canopus was great. It almost worked as like this gag rival to Spica, but some of them are actually quite solid runners, which was actually quite nice to see. Also, the fact that the team names are titled after stars is a pretty nice touch in my opinion. I mean, considering the whole idol aspect of things, where they essentially double as as pop stars in a way. I just thought it was a very fun addition. But yeah, back to Canopus. Twin Turbo is definitely the one who stands out the most, and I love all of her silly shenanigans. It's just such an unserious character with the personality of a literal preschooler, over-energized 5-year-old, like constantly spelling things wrong, screaming all the time. Even her freaking design is sick as heck. I found her to be a really fun character. Jumping to like a few points from season 3 that I can think of off the top of my head at least. The whole thing with like Satono Diamond trying to break her family's G1 jinx. I thought it was quite the special addition that I felt was needed for that season, especially to give that nice balance for the duo of the season, so it's not all just on Kita-san. And then there was that whole thing with Gold Ship in her last run. At least I think that's what that was. Also, what's with Gold Ship? Like, she's so funny for no reason. Why is she always holding a Rubik's Cube? She keeps that thing everywhere. Like, and she does the most random, oh my goodness. The show's funny for no reason, man. And can I just note on how much I like Kita-san as a character? I mean, her whole identity crisis thing was really engaging to explore along with her. I mean, the whole thing of her obsessing over Teo and trying to be like Teo this, Teo that, Teo. Like, seeing all that passion and drive she had just to be like her idol, and then realizing that she actually doesn't need to be like her idol, and slowly coming to this realization that you could become a far better version of the idol you look up to. It's really neat what they did with her character. Gosh, and her design, oh, so peak. I'll always love that like traditional Japanese aesthetic. It's such a nice look. She's truly mastered the festival vibes. All right, still on season 3 because I guess I just remembered so much of it since it was last season I watched. I just want to honorably mention Sounds of Earth, who was so over the top in the funniest way possible. And like the fact that she never gets frustrated after taking the meanest L's imaginable. Like, bro, I swear there was an episode where she was celebrating last place. Like, she's the true definition of I'm just happy to be here. Nah, I don't care what anyone says. Well, we need more Sounds of Earth content. We just need more of her. But man, really all of season 3 was just such an emotional ride, and I'll forever love the whole hometown hero vibes, and I eat it up every single time. Kita-san really gave me those Sendo vibes, you know, carrying his whole community along with the unconditional love and support they give him. Taking those emotions with him into every single fight, win or lose, is just such a passionate and heartwarming element that I feel like I can never resist. Random Ippo reference, I know, but those are the vibes I got from Kita-san, which definitely made her my favorite protag out of her, Spechan, and Teo. Goodness, I cried so much watching the show. Like, I don't know if you guys understand just how important that is for me, because I have been holding back tears for far too long. It's so weird. You never think you could feel so connected to Horse Girls, yet here we are. Oh, and music-wise, first off, the openings are peak. Season 3's opening especially, that's definitely my favorite so far. Just off the perfect mix of these cute idol vibes and this sort of tenacious action manga kind of feel. I mean, it's great. Also, Umapyoi Densetsu, that's the only song that matters to me right now. Telling you I have that song on repeat is an understatement. Like, that is a good song. There's something about it that just gives me goosebumps. I don't know if it's like the collection of everyone's voices coming together and feeling that and connecting it to the emotions that you feel from watching the show. There's something so good about that song, man. It really connects with you. All right. We're still jumping around with random stuff that I just want to talk about. One thing, the names threw me off at first, because at first I didn't realize that they're all based off of like real horses and whatnot. I'm hearing names like Special Week, Vodka, and I'm thinking, what the heck is a gold ship? Bro, I was dead confused for the whole first season. I couldn't believe it. After finally learning that this was a thing, it was cool to see that the girls take after some of the traits of their real life counterparts. I swear, I couldn't believe that the tail step was a real thing. I remember thinking, why is she getting down like that? Well, the more you know, that horse was stepping in real life. Yeah, seeing how the storyline in a lot of places is based off of real horse racing and the events that happen in actual horse racing history, with, you know, some slight curveballs here and there, I guess, to keep things a little interesting, but accurate for the most part. I just think that's really cool. It was so strange because the second I found out that they were based off of real horses, all of a sudden I'm interested in horse racing. Like, I'm just watching stuff, just trying to learn. I don't know why I get like that with everything. Like, I watch a series about a particular topic and I just become hyper fixated on that specific topic for a while. But anyway, on a completely silly note, one thing I love is how like everyone grows a comically large belly after eating. These girls are gluttons, man, I swear. Why their stomach get like that? Like, it cracks me up every time. It's so stupid. I've also noticed that there are moments in all 3 seasons really where characters will say the same exact phrases back to back. At first I thought it was like just basic silly anime writing, but the other half of me is convinced that it's just a goofy element of the show's comedy. Like, it's done on purpose. I don't know. There's so much that I don't understand about this series in a good way. I think some things are supposed to confuse you to the point where it becomes comical. Speaking of confusion, I've wondered quite a bit about the show's timeline. I mean, going back to the fact that a lot of these stories are pretty much self-contained, I think it's fun that the writers can just go with whatever they feel like doing and not feeling the need to focus on a coherent timeline. At times, I feel like it'd be cool to see some of the history and progression of horse girls who came before, but it's honestly not that big of a deal with this series. I mean, I feel like being completely historically accurate, which is what they seem to be trying to do, at least in most aspects of the story, I think it would kind of make things feel a little flat and less dynamic and leave less room for experimentation. At least that's what I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching. Dude, I don't analyze. I'm just yapping out of my butt. But yeah, that's just a minor thing that I've thought of. Nothing really serious. Also, you might be seeing this game I'm playing in the background. Don't even know what I'm doing for real. I bought it third party on a sale because $40 is a pretty wild ask for what you get, even for a fan of the series, I feel like. But regardless of the price, it's a fun time killer, especially because I just love the world and its characters. I have been insanely obsessed, and there's no doubt about it. Like, bro, I'm already hooked on the merch. Right now, I only have the Special Week and Silent Suzuka Band Presto prize figures, but still pretty hesitant on who my first scale is going to be. I just want to buy more. I need to immerse myself deeper. Anyway, wow, we've talked a lot. I guess we can kind of close out just talking about some of the content aside from the first 3 seasons. I definitely want to make a note on Road to the Top. Peak. The animation goes nuts. These animators are out of their mind sometimes. Like, that really makes you wonder. They're really out here making sure Uma fans eat good, and I'm so happy to be a part of that family now. Goodness, the whole story with Narita Top Road, and let me tell you, the whole thing with Admire Vega, that hurt me. Like, sometimes people just need a hug, man. I don't know. TM Oprah was also really funny. I love those over-the-top characters. It's kind of similar vibes to, like, Sounds of Earth. It's just so extra and overconfident. You just can't hate it. And the way she talks is hysterical. Also been reading Cinderella Grey heavily because a lot of fans recommended it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's try it out. Let's see what's happening here. Peak. I hope the mic is popping right now because there's not enough power in my P's to fully convey just how peak this is. Right now, I'm kind of a little over, well over halfway through, and it might just be one of the most slept on comics around right now. It's highly addicting and amusing to read, and God, I love Oguri Cap so much, and I think she's slowly becoming my favorite Uma Musume. Like, I remember when reading around online, seeing people recommending Cinderella Grey, everyone was like, yo, Oguri Cap is the best, that's gonna be the best pro tag, you're gonna love her, da, 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 da. I'm like, alright, I'll be the judge of that. Look at me now. Plus, I see that it actually got animated as well. I'm pretty sure it's still ongoing as we speak. I definitely want to check out the adaptation once I'm caught up with the manga. And on a bit of a final note, I've kind of come to the realization that Uma Musume is not really all that popular here in the States. I mean, maybe it's just a lack of experience and poor judgment on my part to assume this show's main demographic, but considering the painful lack of global accessibility to a lot of the media, it really does feel like the American market is a bit of an afterthought. But I mean, I guess that's to be expected, but still, it would be nice to see a little overseas love, man. I don't know, maybe it's for the better, because Uma Musume seems to have a really chill and almost secluded fan base that all just vibe with each other and enjoy their favorite horse girls as opposed to getting all toxic about stuff that doesn't even matter. It's kind of a breath of fresh air. But yeah, seeing how unpopular the series seems to be in the States, it also might explain why New Era is so hard to find and watch illegally, because we currently have no way to enjoy it legally as things are. At least not that I know of at the time of recording. If you do end up finding a way, please let me know. I'd really hate to set sail on this series, but they're really not giving us much of an option here. My goodness, I've grown in weird ways. All of a sudden, I'm trying to support the creators. Only these horse girls can do it to me, dang it. Also, apparently, there's a popular mobile game as well that seems to be regional locked to Japan from what I'm seeing. I'm really hoping that we get an official English release for it, because when that day does come, I will be playing it non-stop. But man, there's just so much content, and there's something about the fact that it is so popular in Japan that kind of makes you rest a little easy as a new fan or even a longtime fan of the series, I would assume, where you kind of feel like you got this safety net almost, or it feels like the series isn't really gonna die anytime soon and it's only gonna keep getting better and better. Oh, I can just feel it. I feel like there's just so much more content to come, and I can't wait for it. I really want to see what season 4 is talking about, if they do end up going with a season 4, or if they just, keep doing some OVAs or dropping movies, whatever they want to do. Listen, I'm here for it. But yeah, that was my I guess I can call this brief. Listen, I had so much more to say. Not that I have any idea where I could have gone with any of it, but there's so much that I just enjoy about this series, and I wanted to try to at least pack some of it into some kind of video. So that said, I mean, this is just a quick little something I wanted to do. It was a lot of yap. It's honestly one of my longer videos, but definitely I do look forward to making a recommendation video. So that's going to be way shorter, obviously. That one will be spoiler free, so I can hopefully get more people into the series, because let me tell you something, I have no one to talk about the show with. Sometimes I'm at work, everybody's like, they're talking about some TV show they're watching, whatever. You know, even though I wouldn't really bring up an anime I'm watching, because none of them are really like anime like that. But if I brought up an anime like, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen, they'd be like, oh, okay, you know, that's cool. But then let me mess around and say I'm addicted to this anime about horse girls running around and dancing. Like, it's not gonna happen. I'll never be able to show face there again. Not that I'm ashamed that I like this series, but it's just like, I don't know, you can't really talk about it with anybody because a lot of people haven't seen it. That said, I'm definitely gonna try to cook up a recommendation video, and maybe at some point I'll make a really detailed version of this video where I actually list things off correctly and in order. Or maybe not, because that sounds like a really long project and way too much work and editing, and no, actually never mind, scratch that. Or maybe, hear me out, I can talk about specific Musume, right? That'd be a whole series on its own, but man, I feel like I'd really enjoy it. That said, I feel like I've taken up enough of your time, and if you did make it this far, I don't know how you did it, but I'm really sorry. I don't usually talk this much, but this is a special case, alright? That said, I'm gonna stop now. I swear, I promise, I'll save it for later videos. I'll see you all in the next one. It has been Genki Dreams, and that is all she wrote.